From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, April 26th, 2016. Silver is trading at $16.93 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,234 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $464. Antiwar.com reports over the weekend the Saudi coalition, primarily troops from the United Arab Emirates, advanced into the port city of al-Mukalla, capturing it from al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. At the time the report was there was comparatively little fighting and al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula basically pulled out. The narrative changed on Monday with a statement from Saudi leadership claiming that more than 800 al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula fighters were killed in the first hours of the military operation and the rest fled. It's never been clear how big al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula is or how many fighters they had in Mukalla. Mukalla is the largest city al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula held, but only one of several in Yemen, and with indications of an outflow of fighters into Hadramaut province, it's hard to imagine 800 people getting killed in a few hours, let alone in a way that locals interpreted as little fighting. Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula seized Mukalla from the Shiite Houthis during the initial Saudi invasion of Yemen when the Houthis had to withdraw most of their troops to defend against the Saudis. This is the first significant effort by either side to recover the city in the past year. Saudi officials also reported an oil terminal next to Mukalla was captured. When her plush and comfy life suddenly and unexpectedly fell apart, Brooke and her dog Cloud set out to defy the odds. If this is a man's world, as they say, living on the streets is no place for a young woman. One day she awoke in the redwood forest and realized she had become a hobo, and would ultimately come to know exactly what it means to survive. How to Be a Hobo by Brooke Willett is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. UPI reports whistleblower Edward Snowden, by leaking classified data 2 years ago, contributed to the acceleration of sophisticated encryption methods that militants are using to hide their communications, according to National Intelligence Director James Clapper. The rapid advancement of commercially available encryption software is proving to be a difficult obstacle in detecting potential threats, he said at a breakfast hosted by the Christian Science Monitor. Clapper said of the rapidly advancing encryption, "From our standpoint, it's not a good thing," adding that the software has had profound effects on the government's ability to gather intelligence. Clapper said the NSA believes Snowden, who exposed the agency's massive phone surveillance program in 2014, has helped accelerate encryption technology by about 7 years. In his remarks, Clapper acknowledged that there needs to be a balance between intelligence capabilities and guarding against law enforcement invasion of privacy, echoing Obama's prior statement about absolutist positions on the matter. Clapper called the balance a holy grail the U.S. intelligence agency is seeking. Also on Monday, Clapper echoed predictions by the White House and a former Senate Intelligence chairman that a decision should be made by June on whether to declassify the 28 pages of a 2004 report by the 9/11 Commission. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports Cleveland officials have agreed to pay $6 million to settle a lawsuit filed by the family of Tamir Rice, a 12-year-old who was shot dead by a police officer in 2014, according to documents filed in federal court on Monday. The city admitted no wrongdoing in the shooting, and Rice's family agreed to drop the complaint against 2 officers, including the one who shot the boy, according to U.S. District Judge Dan Aaron Polster, who mediated the settlement. Tamir Rice was shot in a local park by Timothy Lohman after he and another officer, Frank Garmbach, responded to reports of a suspect with a gun. An investigation revealed that Rice, who died a day after being shot, had been holding a replica gun that shoots plastic pellets. Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson said at a news conference he would not elaborate on the settlement or how the city would pay for it. The American Civil Liberties Union said the case highlighted the need to reform the criminal justice system. The 2 officers have been on restricted duty since the shooting and will remain so through an internal police review. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.